achieve whatever you set your mind to. And that's the thing. If we hope to achieve greatness, do you think we can achieve greatness? If we actually hope to achieve transformation, do you think we can achieve transformation? See, my answer to that is yes, you can, and yes, we can, and we can do it together, and we can do it in alliances. That's the new world. And that brings me on to our next speaker when we talk about alliances and we talk about togetherness. And Tahira has actually been on Hit Talks, and she's hosted her own special edition, which was absolutely fantastic, bringing speakers together to spread their truth. So not only has she been in the tech industry and been within, I think I've got it written down here, projects of over 22, I don't think it says on there, 22 cities all over Asia, and bringing all that together. Again, another story about corporate, another story of us being in this rat race and then getting to a stage of saying, there's truth coming here. There's truth coming out. There is hope. I can transform into spreading love, spreading truth, spreading messages, whatever that may be. But Tahira, I'm so pleased that you're here, especially with what you do with Golden Doors, which is in line with Hit Talks of spreading truth, love, hope, inspiration, and transformation. And I now give you your 8 minutes.
Okay. Thank you so much, Vikki. So 4 years ago, actually, when I released my first book, Through the Golden Door, my greatest supporter, my father, flipped through my book. And you know what's the first thing he said to me? He was always advising me, by the way. He said to me, don't focus on race. It is the greatest divider. So he was checking through whether I did focus on race. Now, you probably already know, or maybe not, the controllers of the world love to use the race card and the religion card. And that makes us battle against each other so that they can focus on activities that deviate us from the truth. I will state 2 scriptures, one from the Bible, one from the Quran, Holy Quran. Romans 12:18, if possible, so far as it depends on you, live peaceably with all. And Surah 253 of the Al-Baqarah of the Holy Quran says, yet if Allah had willed, they would have not fought each other. These actually came to me as visions. I would say God's messages while I was in prayer to remind me of my message, which was on unity, which was on bringing people together, going back to deeper truth, basic truth. So here we are battling against each other, allowing the media to break us apart because they think that we are fools, but we tend to fall for it. If we are, but we should not. Because we had the George Floyd issue, we have the beheading in France, Nice, and that's not just one of them, many, 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 and month after month, media breaking us apart. So what we need to realize is that we need to realize that we need to become evolved souls who don't focus on these labels that we are born into. I may be one of the very minority races, Afghani in Singapore, but I don't focus on that. I focus on myself as a person. I focus myself as a human being for this planet. And I don't play up on my race, on my religion. Spiritual growth teaches us to go past it and not to be attached to it, to be aware what it plays a part, and to focus on who we truly are. How often do you ask yourself, who am I? When you focus on who am I and where you are now in your spiritual growth and what you need to do in this world right now. So this is my message to the truth seekers and the truth tellers out there. Look at the state of affairs right now. Don't detach yourself. You think I'm too small for this. It's not important enough for this. Where is the world heading right now? The US elections did concern me because it determines the state of this pandemic, or you'd say plandemic, in my opinion. Affects the whole world. So here's something which I thought of, as penned down, as I reflect on all this. As a truth advocate, If you believe in something, stick to it right to the end. Our faith is tested when almost all is lost. Allow for God's miracles to step in. Give them space to shine in all their glory. Look below the surface. Look between the crevices, as truth is not always evident. Truth at times looks dusty and stark, till you stop and start to pay attention. It then begins to glimmer in the dark. Have the courage to pick it up. Have the courage to choose it. Have the courage to be the only one to speak it. Going against the misinformation projected, going against all the untruth barely suspected. Have the strength and conviction to speak the truth. Not to believe everything the media tells you. Have the insight and foresight to see what a person represents rather than the character the person projects. Embrace your sovereignty. Be aware of your inherent critical thinking. And not to be led blindly. And most of all, to hold strong to God's messages. As I reminded myself too, be patient and believe in divine timing. Critical for a truth advocate. If the person or the cause you're fighting for starts to crumble in the eyes of the world, you don't turn your backs and say, I will detach now, I will defect, I will stay neutral. Instead, you stay committed. You stay focused, undeterred, unwavering, with hearts shielded with armor, with hearts pulsating with love for mankind. And keep fighting for completion. Keep striving with that person or that cause till you reach the end of the race. And not to call it quits prematurely. Truth is like true love. It is a battlefield. It never loses faith. It never gives up. For a true warrior of love, of truth, of freedom, keeps moving forward, despite all that is said against. I can say this for myself when I try to launch Golden Door. All the things that was said against me, all the obstacles, saying, and the people saying that it's not going to work. It's too esoteric. But this is what the conviction of a truth advocate needs to stay focused, stay committed right to the end. And the same thing for others, the ones, the causes which you look at and witness, to stay committed to supporting them. As we support other causes, we also have followers supporting ours. To be a leader and a follower at the same time. So my message is discover who you are and don't be attached to labels. Don't be attached to your race, your religion, your standing. Those are distractions if you try to release a message. It becomes too much on me. But discover who you are is actually a bigger thing. It reminds you your purpose on this earth. And discover who the other people are. And so looking at the surface, look at what they represent. Know where you are in your spiritual growth and do what needs to be done in the world right now, whether big or small, and be a prayer warrior and be an action taker. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, my love. I was writing notes. A true warrior and discover who you truly are on the battlefield. And that is